Robert Halfon, with a few days to go before the general election 2019, it seems that every day, every minute, you are saying, get Brexit done. Can you please, and I'll just go back on this and tell me exactly what you mean by that?
Well, the public voted to leave in 2016. It doesn't matter how people voted, whether they voted to leave or remain. We've got to respect the democratic result. For the last 3 years, all the arguments in Parliament, Brexit being blocked one way or another. I went to Parliament a few Saturdays ago before the election was called, thinking that it was actually going to get voted for. It was blocked again. What Boris Johnson has done is got us a good deal that gives us a transition, but we get control of our money, our laws and our borders. I'm proud that I promised the people of Harlow that I would do everything possible to make Brexit happen. I voted against the customs union. I voted to stop any delay of Brexit. I voted to keep no deal on the table. I voted against a second referendum. Boris's deal is a good one. If we get Boris's deal through Parliament, if Boris gets a majority, Conservative majority, we'll be able to respect the wishes of the people who voted to leave in 2016.
This may well be, though, a long, complicated process, won't it? And do you fear there'll be a time that people of Harlow, if you do get returned, if you do get a majority, people will say, hold on, June or December, whatever, this is still in the news. This still seems to be, that's not what you sold us.
Well, everybody knows that making different agreements, trade agreements with Europe and around the world is going to take some time. But the crucial thing is to legally leave the European Union by the end of January. And if Boris gets a majority, we will be legally leaving the European Union by the end of January. We'll have a good withdrawal agreement that protects our monies, our laws and our borders. And the one thing I should say also is that it is completely wrong that Jeremy Corbyn wants a second referendum. He wants a second referendum. The Labour Party wants a second referendum. It's also completely wrong that the Labour candidate doesn't even mention Brexit at all on her election literature. I mean, who needs KFC? I mean, she is the biggest Brexit chicken that there is, because she's trying to hide the fact that Labour and Jeremy Corbyn want a second referendum. That is against the democratic wishes of the people. And
as you mentioned, the candidate on that, we will challenge them on that particular point. But things like, I mean, some people say there's about, of the 17.4 million, there's thousands of different understandings and interpretations of Brexit. So isn't it just fair to say, and reasonable to say, let's just put this back, whatever we get, put it back to the people and see how they feel about this version?
It will be a complete betrayal of our democracy, a complete betrayal of what was said to the people in 2016. In 2016, everybody said we will respect the result. Don't forget, in 2017, there was a parliamentary motion which all parties voted for to revoke Article 50, to leave the European Union. And what's happened since then is everybody, all the arch remainers, the Labour Party in particular, have tried to stop Brexit. And Labour Party just say, no, we'll ignore the result first time round. We're going to have another referendum. The whole country will be in limbo for the next 6 months. It's entirely wrong, and it's a shame that Corbyn believes this, and it's a shame that the Labour Party candidate in Harlow also wants a second referendum on the European Union.
Things like Northern Ireland, are you not worried regarding Northern Ireland that things could slip back to return to violence?
It's a really important question, and that's why before Boris got his withdrawal agreement, he went to see the Irish Prime Minister. The Irish Prime Minister is happy with this deal. The EU are happy with the deal that Boris has got, because it protects our border, it protects our relations with Southern Ireland. And
the Republic of Ireland.
The Republic of Ireland, yeah. I beg your pardon, the Republic of Ireland. And it means that Northern Ireland will be able to make its own trade agreements. Apart from goods entering the European Union, will be out of of any customs union as well.
And so with 4 or 5 days to go, what are you're here in Harlow Town today. There's a makers market just across there. What else are you concentrating on or focusing on as you go around the town?
Well, I've had a really lovely response from residents this campaign. I've got a lot of work to do over the next few days. I never stop campaigning. I'm doing 15 hours a day on the streets, out and about, meeting residents. We are campaigning to continue to protect our NHS. We're getting a new hospital for Harlow, hundreds of millions of pounds guaranteed from the government. I'm trying to build an even better Harlow. The government, we've got access to up to £25 million of funds to regenerate our town centre where we are at the moment. We've got Public Health England moving in, 600 million investment. That's hundreds of jobs for the next generation of Harlow young people coming through. So there are good things happening in town. There's a lot of work to do. And if I am re-elected by the people of Harlow on Thursday, I will carry on the work to make sure we protect our NHS, to build an even better Harlow, to champion skills and apprenticeships, and to cut the cost of living.
Can I just, in conclusion, draw you going back to Boris Johnson as well? You know, you look. Sometimes people feel that you're defending indefensible with Boris Johnson, the things he said in the past, and even the fact he's ducked out so far with the Andrew Neil interview. Have you got total? You're very loyal. You've got to be loyal, haven't you? But do you sometimes feel you are defending indefensible with Boris Johnson?
Let's get it straight here. Boris Johnson has done hundreds of interviews. He's done an interview last night, a debate last night with Jeremy Corbyn, the second debate, the first Prime Minister ever in our history to do two debates. He's done loads of interviews with everyone, so he doesn't do an interview with one BBC person. I don't think I don't get any member of the public talking to me about that. They want us to make sure we protect our NHS. And as far of what Boris, going back to your point about Boris, look, when he became Prime Minister, I went to see him. I've been campaigning on this, as you well know, and have very kindly acknowledged in the past. Campaigned for a new hospital for a number of years. Debates, motions with the previous Prime Minister, the one before that. I went to see Boris Johnson. My very first question to Boris Johnson in Parliament was, please, can we have a new hospital? Boris Johnson came to Princess Alexandra Hospital, and a few weeks before the general election it was announced that we are having our new hospital. And so as far as I'm concerned, people can say what they like about the Prime Minister. I think he's going to get Brexit done. I really believe that. He's given Harlow a new hospital. We're having hundreds of millions of pounds investment in skills in our town, hundreds of millions of pounds in public health skills, Public Health England, jobs are coming back to Harlow. We've got 6,000 more apprentices since 2010, 15,000 new jobs that have been created. There's a lot of work to do. We've got to regenerate this part of the town, particularly regenerate our town centre, build an even better Harlow. A lot more work to do, but Boris Johnson has delivered us a new hospital. So why wouldn't I be supportive and loyal to him?